Plymouth, Michigan. If you're even thinking about buying a house in Plymouth, Michigan, you probably should watch this video because that's exactly what it's about. I'm gonna go over all the things I love about Plymouth, all the things I hate about Plymouth.
Love and hate, it's all passion.
And I'll even cover the thing that is the absolute worst thing about Plymouth. I'll talk about it at the end, so stay tuned for that. You ready for all that? Because we're starting now. If you're new here and new to me, my name is Paul and I make videos about all sorts of cities, towns, and areas all over Metro Detroit, Michigan. So if you like that sort of thing, you should probably subscribe to this channel. And if you don't, then maybe you shouldn't. But if you do, there's a good chance I'm gonna cover some of the areas that you're interested in. So keep an eye out. Browse around on my channel a little bit. And if you wanna make a move to any of these cities, reach out, because I'm also a full-time real estate agent and I've helped hundreds of people buy tens of millions of dollars in real estate. So there's a good chance I can help you too. I'm gonna get you a house. You can move to the house. Maybe it's gonna be in Plymouth. All right, so first things first, let's start out with the things that I love about Plymouth. Number one is gonna be the location. Plymouth is like close to everything. Literally, look at it on a map. It's close to really anything that you would want to get to. It's close to the airport. It's close to Detroit. It's close to Ann Arbor. I mean, it's like just a perfect spot. Get to the airport, 20 minutes. Downtown Detroit, 30 minutes. Canada would be like only a couple minutes after that. Ann Arbor, 23 minutes. So if you're like moving here and you're planning on sending some kids to U of M, you can go and visit them. Like you can be close, but like not too close.
I need privacy, I need distance.
You don't have to live in Ann Arbor, spend all that Ann Arbor money, live in Plymouth. You like come home for lunch. You're like, hi mom, hi dad, I'm just here for a bologna sandwich. Next thing I love about Plymouth is the downtown, DTP. It's downtown Plymouth, that's what everybody calls it. You can get shirts, DTP. Easily one of the top 5 downtowns in Metro Detroit. Like, if you ask me, I would say top 5, easily. It's packed with some amazing restaurants like Barrio, if you're into Mexican food. Barrio actually has over 2,300 5-star reviews and it's not that old. So, I mean like, it's gotta be good, right? I recommend it to everyone. That's a lot of 5-star reviews. Everybody eating their burritos thinking about, I'm gonna go home and write a review about this place.
They mentioned to you that I am a Yelper.
Pizza e Vino if you like wine, pizza, like together at once. And Fiamma Grill if you like just to be fancy, eat like a filet mignon. That would be your spot, go there. There's also an old-timey movie theater in downtown Plymouth that was built in 1941 and it's still showing movies to this day. Don't go expecting it to be like an IMAX, like blow your eye holes out, but like go have a dinner and then you go to the movies, like a little date spot. When the movie theater actually first opened, they didn't even sell popcorn because the owner of the movie theater didn't like popcorn. So he was like, screw everyone who likes popcorn. I don't care about you, I don't like it, so we're not serving it. It wasn't even like an allergy thing, he just didn't like it. Seems like a jerk move. And smack dab in the middle of downtown Plymouth is Kellogg Park. So it's a little park, like kind of like Central Park in New York, but like way smaller, like teeny tiny with a little fountain in the center. It's like nice to walk through, you know, you can just sort of walk through it. You can't like go and do like a lot of activities there, but it's something. You should definitely check it out. Even if you don't move there, you just go check out downtown Plymouth. The next thing I love about Plymouth is the schools. Plymouth Canton Community School District. They have 15 elementary schools, 5 middle schools, and 3 high schools, and an alternative high school where they only play alternative music all the time. Nirvana, just blasting through the halls. Just kidding, that's not what that is, but there's an alternative school. When you have that many elementary schools, what's nice about that is no matter where you live in the city, you're probably gonna be pretty close to an elementary school, which makes it nice if you have young kids. 15 elementary schools is a lot for any city. And the website niche.com, niche? We're gonna go niche. Niche.com says that it is one of the best school districts in the state of Michigan. That's what they say. I didn't say it, they said it. I'm just relaying the information. The next thing that I love about Plymouth are the homes there. I'm a real estate agent. I can't talk about a city and not talk about the housing there. They have a super wide variety of houses, everything from places that are built in like the 30s and 40s to brand new construction, because it's actually 2 different cities. So you've got the city of Plymouth and you have Plymouth Township, and they were sort of developed, or they were developed at different times. So you have different stages of building. The actual city of Plymouth is where the downtown is. So that's where you have a lot of the old construction, smaller lots, smaller places overall. And then when you sort of spread out to Plymouth Township, that's where you have the bigger houses, bigger lots, but you still have access to, I mean, really you have access to the downtown no matter where you live, but it's just easier to get there. The actual township is 8 times the size of the city of Plymouth. So big difference in size. And what that means is you're gonna have a bigger lot. Like I just said, you have more space, bigger lots. In both areas, regardless of where you're at, the prices are around 300 plus. I mean, they can go well over $1 million, but you're looking at about 300,000 plus, keep on going up, because it's a really nice place to live. Crazy story about the houses in downtown Plymouth is, for the longest time, builders could buy an old house, level it, and build like a crazy monster house. They call them Bigfoot homes, where the actual foundation of the home is big. So you have a big footprint of a house and you have a tiny lot. A bunch of the community members got together and they put a stop to it. So you can no longer have these Bigfoot homes like you can in areas like Birmingham. I talk about how the Birmingham construction is like that. They do a lot of that in my Birmingham video. You could check it out here. Birmingham's like that, where people are just knocking down houses left and right, putting up these monster houses. Now you can't really do it in Plymouth, but you could buy one that somebody already did it to. Seriously, would you like to live in a town where they knocked them all down and they built new ones? Or do you like the old charming downtown areas type thing? I don't mind. I like the smaller houses. I think that they're great. The little houses, a little bit bigger lot when you're not trying to smash the whole thing in. Next thing I love about Plymouth is all of the events they have there. It's like there's always something going on in Plymouth. I feel like that's one thing they're known for. Like there's always something to do, like in every season. In July, you have Art in the Park. It's Michigan's second largest art fair, where you can just look at art. You can like walk around, go to the restaurants, look at art, buy some art, take it home, put it on your walls. That's what it's for. They have like over 400 artists that go to this thing every year. In September, they have the Plymouth Fall Festival, which is basically just like a carnival in the streets of downtown Plymouth, which is amazing. You have rides, like food, and it's great. Take the kids, something to do. And in January, you have the Plymouth Ice Spectacular. Spectacular. I need to start using that word more. It is the largest and oldest ice carving festival in North America. It's a pretty big title. Well, we're in Michigan. It's cold here. Shouldn't have to tell you it's cold. It's Michigan. Oh, and every Friday night, June through September, at around 7 o'clock at night, they start playing music. And they call it Music in the Air. Like live music in Kellogg Park. You can just hear it because it's in the air. But like you could go and enjoy it if you'd like to, and then go and have food at a restaurant. Music in the air and in your ears. So that's where it has to go. Now what I hate about Plymouth. Ooh, what I don't like about Plymouth. The nightlife. So that would be the first thing. It is busy at night. DTP happens to be the place to go. So if you like to go out and you don't want to go to downtown Detroit, like downtown Plymouth is like the spot that people tend to congregate to. And a lot of the restaurants won't even take reservations. So if you want to go to like Barrio or the Pizza Vino, you just have to wait. So you have to like go get a drink somewhere, put in your name at a restaurant, and go like hang out. So it gets busy. If that's your thing, then go. But if it's not, stay home, go to another city. Luckily, they do have a free parking garage that's like right in the downtown area. So you just park there, you can walk to all the restaurants. So I don't have to complain about the parking, but it does get busy. I mean, sometimes it's a little hard to find, but I've never not been able to find a place to park for free when I'm going to downtown Plymouth. Parking actually should have been on the positives list. Next time, if I ever make another one. If you are going to downtown Plymouth on the weekends, check out the Ebenezer. It's an old speakeasy, so it's like cool and dark inside there. It's like a Prohibition era vibe. Sit there and just worry that somebody's gonna like smash down the door, take your drinks, and arrest you. Just go have a drink there while you're waiting for your table at Barrio. So you have your burrito. All right, the next thing I don't like about Plymouth is the high school. It's a giant high school complex that looks like multiple shopping malls. I mean, it's huge. You've got 3 high schools in a big zone that your kids go to. They call it the Plymouth Educational Park, or the park. I think that's like slang for it, just to shorten it up, because people don't like to say all the words, they just like to say some of them.
People are lazy.
If you're moving from out of state and you're used to like a small high school, that is not this. Like this is huge, so it could be overwhelming for your kids, and that's what I've heard. So people are like, we don't know where to go. They'll get used to it, it'll be okay, but like might be a shock at first. Probably one of the biggest high schools around. The cool thing about it is that your kids will actually go to all 3 of the high schools for their classes. So it might take one class, but they will play sports for one of them. So depending on where you live in Plymouth, Plymouth Township, you'll play sports for one, but you'll go to classes, not you, your kids, or unless your kids are watching this. Hi kids. Unlike a lot of other cities like Livonia, there's 3 high schools, but they are miles apart. So kids from different areas or different zip codes in the city go to different high schools, where this one it's just, let's just stick them all in one spot. It actually makes more sense. Maybe it's a positive. Man, like I'm just getting all this wrong. So it can be a pro or a con. Next thing I don't like about Plymouth is the lot sizes in Plymouth, specifically in the city of Plymouth. Touched on this a little bit ago, but if you want a big lot, you're going to have to buy a house in Plymouth Township or somewhere else, because you're just not going to get a big lot in the city of Plymouth. And then if you buy one of those Bigfoot monster homes, you're not gonna have much of a yard at all. You're gonna have to rely on the parks that are scattered throughout the city for your kids to go and play on. Nice thing is that there are sidewalks and everything. So you have sidewalks, kids can ride their bikes on, they can go to the park, they can go downtown, they can go wherever. But you're not gonna have a big yard to go and like play catch in. But you do have fences. So this is one of the cities where because it's an older development, you do have fences in those areas. Fences are a big thing. I feel like everybody who's moving here, they're looking for houses with fences, and a lot of them don't have them, especially newer construction. Especially like out in Plymouth Township, not a lot of fences there. Next thing, and this is probably the biggest thing to me, are the trains. And this isn't something that you even think about when you're moving here, especially if you're just looking at houses online, but there's a good chance you're gonna get caught by trains all the time because there's a main line running through a bunch of the main roads. I have been late to so many appointments going to and from Plymouth because of the trains. You basically just get trapped and you can't go anywhere. There's like no good way to get in or out of the city. Cuts right through and blocks off like all ways. There's like no way. You just have to go somewhere else, spend your time somewhere, or just wait. It doesn't take that long, but it's just frustrating. It's just one of those like, ugh, I wish I would have known. If you have ever been caught by one of the trains in Plymouth, tell me your horror story. What were you late to? And somebody's gotta have a crazy story out there. If you're like having a baby, like what do? You're having a baby and you're trying to get to a hospital and nothing but trains. Next thing on my list is the taxes in Plymouth. You're split. Again, you've got Plymouth Township and the city of Plymouth. 2 different areas, 2 different tax brackets. Nobody talks about this. No one ever talks about this.
Because it's boring.
If you buy a $500,000 house in the city of Plymouth, you will pay $11,000 a year right now in taxes. If you buy a $500,000 house in the township of Plymouth, the bigger area, you will pay $8,300 in taxes. That's a $2,700 difference.
The math checks out.
It's a pretty big difference. Same size house, same value of the house. And you probably have a bigger lot. So if you buy a $500,000 house in the township of Plymouth, you're gonna have a bigger lot, probably no fence, but you're gonna be a little bit a ways from the downtown, but you will pay substantially less than you would if you lived in the city of Plymouth. If you listen to all that and you still wanna move to Plymouth or Plymouth Township, reach out. I will definitely help you do that. My contact information is all below. And if you're still looking for a place to move in Metro Detroit, Michigan, check out some of these other videos and playlists around here, and I will see you there.